Good morning and welcome to House of Joy, where the joy of the Lord is our strength. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We're so happy that you're joining us this morning, and we wish that you would come and join us here at the church. We are going to have amazing worship, a wonderful word from the Lord, great fellowship together, the moving of and presence of the Holy Spirit.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh man, it's going to be awesome. And then after that, we're going to break bread together and have a big Thanksgiving feast. So if you're anywhere around, boy, it would behoove, don't you love that word?
Behoove.
It would behoove you to come and hang out with us today. Today would be the day you would get some fine Southern cooking along with just an amazing time in the Lord this morning. Genuine. I mean, this is a church where we preach the gospel.
Right.
We don't preach the preacher. We don't preach the aesthetic. We preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, the good news, the life-changing power of God.
Dunamis.
Yes.
Explosive.
Yep. Changed
Dynamite.
me completely.
Yes, sirree. Behoove. I had a friend who used to use that word behoove, and when he used that word behoove, I knew to get out the way. It would behoove you to leave right now. And I mean, yeah, it's a good word. It's it's a forceful word. Hey, you know what? I want to let you know a couple of things this morning. We're going to be welcoming Sidney Dusang and his wife, and they are from the Gideons, and they will be coming this morning to share a good word about the work that the Gideons do. Now, you know, if you've ever stayed in a motel, hotel, any situation like that, hospital, military, then you know the Gideons have made their way through there. They always leave these great Bibles on and all kind of reading materials they produce. And so we're going to have them with us because we support the Gideons. We support the work that they do, and we believe that God is in that work, and especially in the last days, it's important to get that word out. So that's going to happen. And this morning, I'm going to be sharing a word in the service called gratitude, attitude, and latitude. Gratitude, attitude, and latitude. And you know, That's the truth. You know, gratitude in your heart can determine the attitude of your heart. And in so doing, that brings us to the next level with God, the latitude. It moves us up those latitudinal lines. And in Psalm 100, verse 4, right, it says, enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. People love to read that part and sing that part. But listen to what it says after that in verse 4. It says, be thankful to him and bless his name. Mm-hmm. Because when we do that, we see a shift in our own latitude. We see a shift. It changes an attitude in our heart. You know, ungratefulness and dissatisfaction are hand in hand. Man, they're like first cousins. They may even be stepbrothers because they travel together. When you see a person with an ungrateful heart, you generally run into a pretty unhappy person. You run into somebody who doesn't really understand where their bread is buttered. They don't get it. They think that their possessions somehow make them happy. They think that somehow their status in life somehow makes them happy. But the truth is, at the end of the day, these things let everybody down. They let you down. And you know, it's great to have wealth. It's great to have physical wealth. But the better thing is to have physical wealth with spiritual wealth, because spiritual wealth causes you to understand what the physical wealth is for. You don't embrace it to yourself. You're willing to give it away. And
it's like a good friend of ours used to say, if he can get it through you, he will get it to you.
That's it. And that's the truth. And you know, I had a good friend years ago that we had car trouble, and he had a plethora of cars. This guy had a lot of cars. He had a ministry to children, and so he and his wife were, you know, always getting stuff gifted to him. And we had our car. I mean, our car literally blew ahead. I mean, I was on my way to work at a radio station in the city, and I just started seeing smoke come out of the back of the car. And I got to work, and I called him up, and I said, "Man, I don't know what I'm going to do. The head blew on the car, and you know, it was like 2 degrees outside. It's freezing." And so he said, "Brother," he says, "I'm going to get my friend. I'm going to drive across the lake, and I'm going to bring you a car, one of the ministry cars, and I'll let you use it." And he came, and I was just so absolutely astounded by this act of generosity. And he gets it there, and I said, "Man," "I can't tell you how much I appreciate it." He goes, you don't even think about it." And I kept saying, "No, you don't understand how big this is." He goes, "Man, it's just steel and rubber. It's just steel and rubber. It doesn't
It's
mean
a
that.
tool.
It's a tool. He said
it's a tool.
It's a tool. It doesn't mean that much. It doesn't mean as much as helping you. That's when wealth comes into your life and you understand how that works. You understand that if he can get it through you, he'll get it to you. And that this man was always blessed and always had so much more than they ever thought or asked for.
But one of the biggest givers I've ever known in my life and I'm not talking about giving checks to ministries.
Right.
I'm talking about giving things to people who needed them. Just being a blessing to everybody around him.
Yeah, really. Just incredible guy. And so he's with the Lord now. He's with Jesus now, so we know. And we've had so many friends like that. We've had Tim Strassner, who Marcia is still here. Tim went to be with Jesus not too long ago, but Tim was one of the most unbelievably giving people you'd ever met. Basically came and put his life on hold and came and rebuilt our church after Katrina. Took over the whole project, and just amazing man, amazing. And we see what God does through these people. We see Egan and Hannah Falk in Tanzania, Africa, who could have had a worldwide ministry without doing what they do, but instead they teach and minister to children in Tanzania, Africa every day.
And adults.
And adults.
And tens of thousands of people.
Oh yeah, and they have an entire seminary which they deliver ministers of the gospel out into the world. Friends, we're going a little long this morning, but I think it's important to tell you, especially at this time of day, that it is so important to embrace that attitude of gratitude, because it determines your latitude with God. Hey, listen, we're thanking you for being with us this morning, and we would love to see you here in person. Our address is 1510 Lindbergh Drive, the I-10 service road, right here in Slidell, Louisiana. We're between the Gauze and Fremont exits, right at the meetings of 10, 12, and 59 interstates, and we would so love to have you. But if not, tune in to our YouTube channel, Facebook. You can hook up with us on X. You can hook us up with us on Truth Social, on any one of all kind, Instagram, all kinds of social media. Yes, TikTok. Yeah, we're on TikTok. We're bringing the Chinese the gospel. So hey, we love them, and we know that God's got a big plan for this entire planet. Those who embrace Christ, and we're just excited because we're drawing near the time of his return.
Yes.
Hey, listen, you have an amazing Thanksgiving. We will see you again real soon. Love you so much. God bless you.